The skin is the largest organ in the body and has many roles in the maintenance of both life and health, but it also has many potential problems. So we've invited Christine Baxter, who's a nutritional advisor and health coach, to chat to us about skin health. Christine, great to have you back with us.
Thank you, Michael.
Now, this idea that skin is the largest organ in the body, I think, is something that not everyone really takes into consideration because we just see it as being something that covers us. But it really is such an important part and also such a key indicator in our health. What are some of the main things that we need to be focusing on for good skin health from the inside out?
Okay, so yes, so the skin is the largest organ in the body, all right, in terms of absorption, all right, it does absorb everything that we touch, etc., that kind of thing. But the thing is, it's there to protect us, and it is a mirror of what is actually happening from the inside. Okay, so there is a direct link in terms of, or there's a relationship that happens in terms of what's happening with our guts and what the reflection is in our skin. Right. So in order to have healthy skin, you need to have a well-functioning digestive system, a happy gut, and a well-functioning liver.
Okay.
All right. And other things that come into play here is a change in bacteria in the gut, as well as poor detoxification and food intolerances. Things like that can actually all affect what is really happening with the skin.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example, okay? So for example, the gut is overloaded, okay? So you're struggling with constipation. The body is not giving the chance to eliminate everything it needs to. So what actually happens is those toxins actually land up seeping through the bowel walls and actually goes into the blood, the lymphatic system, etc. And that lands up putting strain on the kidneys and the skin.
Right.
So anything that the body can't actually eliminate, okay? So when everything is overburdened, it's going to start showing through the skin because the skin is also a detoxification organ. I mean, research has shown that those that are struggling with SIBO, which is your small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, actually they're 10 times more prevalent to have skin conditions than those that don't have a bacterial overgrowth.
Right.
So it's highly connected in terms of what is actually happening with the gut.
Okay.
So if I had to take that a step further, okay, if you look at your poor nutrient intake, all right, if the gut is not absorbing what it needs to, the skin is not going to get what it needs to thrive on a daily basis either. And there's so many nutrients, antioxidants that are needed for the skin to actually look healthy and glowing, etc.
Yes.
So it really has a strong input of what is going on the inside to show out what's happening on the outside.
Okay. What are some of the conditions that we might actually be looking at if we consider the impact of the skin and its attempt to detoxify? How does that manifest in particular conditions?
So what is quite interesting is a lot of the time people don't actually make that connection that certain skin conditions can actually be related to your gut health. So certain autoimmune conditions such as eczema, psoriasis, as well as atopic dermatitis, things like that, which are based in an autoimmune spectrum, okay, which we know has originations in leaky gut, gut dysbiosis, inflammatory food stress, things like that. So those are all triggers for autoimmunity, and those skin conditions are actually highly linked to those as well.
Right.
So, and then in saying that, acne is obviously a big one as well, you know, whether it's adult acne or cystic acne or even teenagers that are struggling with that. The condition that actually creates that situation is not just then looking at the gut, but also it's affected by hormonal imbalances, it's affected by sleep. Stress is a big trigger when it comes to skin conditions, as well as obviously a poor diet. So the diet that is high in sugar, which is inflammatory, and as well as obviously your processed carbohydrates and your bad fats. So your trans fats or, you know, stuff you get from your fast food. Remember, everything that goes in is coming out. So basically I always say that the way you want to treat your skin or feed your skin is the way that you would feed yourself in terms of getting the best nutrients in, because everything that goes in is actually going to show out on the on the outside.
What are the primary things that people should be doing if they do suffer from acne or flare-ups of acne at any point in life? What would be a good solution there?
So some really good skin support strategies for dealing with acne and even some autoimmune skin conditions. So the first one would definitely be hydration. Okay, so drinking a lot of water. The reason for this is because it supports not only your digestive system, your circulatory system, and your lymphatic system. And now remember, the lymphatic system is so important to get rid of toxins in the body. So if I can say that if the body, so say the lymphatic system is the gutters to your house, okay, that is where all the toxins go to. So you need to clean out those gutters in order for the rainwater to come through. It's the same with the body, okay, so basically getting in that water, you're going to get that, you want to flush through that lymphatic system, which is really important. So hydration is definitely number one. Also, obviously, it moisturizes the skin.
Yes.
Number two is obviously cutting down on sugar and refined foods or refined carbohydrates and processed foods. The reason for that is because when you have excess glucose in the blood, basically what it does is it actually sugar coats your cells. And when this happens to your skin cells by a process called glycation, you actually land up with something called AGE, which is your advanced glycation end products. And those are responsible for wrinkles and premature aging. So basically, that is what sugar is actually doing to the skin. Another really important one is actually addressing food intolerances. Okay, so this is something not a lot of people know, and that is when it comes to dairy. Dairy is a huge trigger when it comes to acne. Okay, and the reason for this is because dairy contains a growth hormone in it called IGF-1, and IGF-1 is there for calves to grow. Okay, it's there to help them grow and get strong, etc. But it's also known to promote acne in humans, because what it does is it stimulates the overproduction of sebum, okay, and as well as increases the fat-loving bacteria that lives in pores. So they've actually found research that conventional milk products actually will aggravate the acne further.
Okay, interesting.
And what is quite, if we take it further from that, other food intolerances that I would definitely recommend being checked for if you're really struggling with acne, and that is corn, soy, eggs, and gluten. Okay, these things can all really aggravate the skin. Another one is obviously fixing any gut imbalances. So your probiotics, probiotic foods, etc., can really help in terms of reducing acne symptoms.
Okay.
All right, and as well as getting your zinc levels checked. So zinc has actually been found to suppress pro-inflammatory skin cells. So there's been association between acne breakouts on your skin, on your forehead, on your chin, on your cheeks, and it's actually been linked to low levels of zinc, because dairy has the ability to actually prevent absorption of zinc.
Very interesting. So it's really a big picture thing that you've got to be looking at.
So some lifestyle factors, you've got obviously your sleep. Stress is huge when it comes to acne breakouts, because of not only the oxidative stress that takes place in the body, but obviously it messes with the hormones, and that will create a breakout. You also want to look at your toxic skin products. Okay, remember, like I said in the beginning, the skin absorbs a lot, so everything that you touch is going to absorb. So you want to look for non-abrasive, non-toxic products that are really going to help. I mean, a really good exfoliator is that of coffee grounds.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Reduce, reuse, recycle as well.
Yes, there we go. And one thing that also can really help is obviously increasing the nutrients in your diet, and your antioxidant foods, okay? Because antioxidants will help with free radical damage, and that's what also adds to acne and premature aging.
In a nutshell, because we don't have too much time, what would be sort of ideal supplements that we should be considering for skin health?
Definitely omega-3s, okay, so your essential fatty acids, they are the basic building blocks for good health, but they also do so much for your skin. They plump it up, they give it that healthy looking, your vitamin A, your vitamin C, things like that. And then obviously also grapeseed oil, which is from grapes, obviously, but it is very high in antioxidants, and that is one thing that will really obviously help with skin as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for some great information there. Great to have you with us.
Pleasure.